Star, Seat out. Star, copies all, go ahead. Message to observer, Alpha 3 rounds, AT delay in effect. Bravo, 2 rounds, 2 guns, smoke on the deck. Report his target, end of mission. Target suppressed, out.
Weapons created with the sole purpose of destruction. Homes, buildings, farms and fields, entire livelihoods are wiped out. Air, water and soil all polluted, man and animals slaughtered, and health effects occur among those still living. They come into our homes while we stand defenseless, rip apart our families, take our resources, and leave us with nothing. Nothing, as we try to pick up the pieces. Yet, they said it was all for peace.
8:15, August 6th. Little boy was dropped in Hiroshima. 11:02, August 9th. Fat man was dropped on Nagasaki. A bright light followed by a giant heat wave scorched the area within seconds of detonation. Fires raged through Nagasaki, where men and animals within half a mile were incinerated instantly. 6 weeks after the blast, the city still suffered from a lack of water. Within days after the blast, radiation sickness reared its ugly head, killing many people for the next 5 years. The blast caused intense air pollution, filled with dust particles and radioactive debris. Surface water sources were polluted. Agricultural productions were damaged. Dead stalks of rice could be found up to 7 miles from ground zero. How are the innocent civilians supposed to recover? Families left destitute with their futures left uncertain. Operation Rolling Thunder destroyed over 2 million acres of land in northern Vietnam. Vietnam's forces retaliated and the ground war against the US began. The United States would not retreat until 1973, even though the environment was extremely damaged by their weapons and war tactics. A massive herbicide program began, destroying 14% of Vietnam's forest and diminished agricultural yield. If agricultural yield was not damaged by herbicides, it was lost by the military setting fire to the lands or even soaking it with aviation fuel, burning it to the ground. 72 million liters of chemical spray resulted in the death of many animals and caused major health effects for us humans. Agriculture in Vietnam continues to suffer problems, from 6 million unexploded bombs still present. Landmines left in Vietnam were not removed, as the government refuses to accept responsibility. The Gulf War was one of the most environmentally devastating wars ever fought. Operation Desert Storm resulted in approximately 1 million tons of crude oil being dumped into the Persian Gulf, causing the largest oil spill in history.
On September the 11th, enemies of freedom committed an act of war against our country. Our enemy is a radical network of terrorists and every government that supports them.
Attacks on the World Trade Center shook the world. As the planes hit the towers, more than 90,000 liters of jet fuel burned at temperatures above 1,000 degrees Celsius. A cloud of toxic waste formed above the destruction. Large piles of smoke and rubble burned for more than 3 months. Frequent bombing caused major damage to sewage systems and sanitation structures. Radioactive waste was dumped in rivers. Burning of oil trenches and sulfur plants heavily polluted the air, and the destruction of military and industrial machinery caused the release of heavy metals and other harmful substances. With these effects on the environment still evident today, can we still not depend on the military to take ownership?
After nearly 9 years, America's war in Iraq will be over. This will be a strong and enduring partnership. We'll honor our many wounded warriors and their Iraqi coalition partners who gave their lives in this effort.
Here left at Route Sierra. Expect enemy foot mobiles to be on the right side. Great. We are clear to engage. Time on target, 5 mics. Out. Unknown at this time. Out. 3-1 Bravo is up. 700 knots. Mongoose 2, this is Vulture. Solid copy on all. Roger on relay. Out. Deadly 3-1, this is Vulture. Relay from Mongoose 2. BDA 60 over 100. Personnel suppressed. Receiving no fire from target structure. Out. Hitman 3